Hello, companions. Welcome back to our program. Here we are covering the two parts of our book. We are going to look at serving others and making friends. I want you to identify elderly people. It could be your grandma, it could be your grandpa, or maybe it can be somebody else's grandmother or grandfather, or maybe it could be a neighbor who is old. Can you try and help them? Maybe they want to dig in the house, maybe they want to paint, or maybe they want to do something that requires physical strength. Can you be a companion to them? Or maybe it's chopping firewood, or maybe it's carrying heavy loads. Can you help them? I want you to befriend them, talk to them, spend at least 2 hours with them, and you help them in whatever they do. And maybe you can try and find out how they used to live without Wi-Fi, how they lived without internet. They'll tell you interesting stories. Ask them how they grew up and the works that they used to do. If they used to walk long distances, let them explain how they remained strong. Then from there, I want you to go on and do a project. Maybe beautifying your school or beautifying your church. What can you do to improve your church? The infrastructure, basically, that's what we're looking at. What can you do at your school? Or maybe at your church. Ask to clean the windows. Ask to assist with any other thing that needs to be done by the deacons or the janitor. It could be at a school. You can approach the principal, ask what needs to be done. Maybe the cutting of the grass, but be very, very careful when you're going to the long grass. When you're done with that, I want us to start making friends. Do you have any friends? Are you with them right now? Or maybe your parents are your friends, or maybe your siblings are your friends. I want you to start looking at media. What are we talking about when we're talking about media? We're talking about the radios, we're talking about television, we're talking about the cell phones that we use, communication and so forth. What is it that you're watching? Is that good for you? Are you going to hide it when mommy walks in? Are you going to quickly change the channel? Is it edifying? Is it good for you? What are the weaknesses? What are the strengths? I'll give you one strength. All of us now know of coronavirus because of the media. They have told us about it. They have helped us to stay healthy and practice good hygiene. What else can the media do? And what's so bad about the media? Can you ask your parents? And maybe ask your siblings as well. Or maybe discuss it with your friend using another form of media, which is your smartphone. Now from there, I want you to look at cultural diversity. Look around you. What are your neighbors? Are they of any different race? Are they of any different tribe? Do they practice a different culture? Remember, we said for you to be a good friend, one of the characteristics is not to consider race or tribe or where the person comes from. It could be a different nation altogether. So those are the characteristics of being a good friend. What I want you to do now is to understand the cultural diversity. Can you speak in a different language than your mother language? Can you greet in a different language? Have you ever heard of a Ghanaian language or Kenya? For example, I can greet in Kenyan language and say Sasa. Do you understand what that means? I want you to try and find out. Maybe I can speak some Swahili and say Mungu akubariki. Do you understand what that means? It is simply because I've met friends from different countries. What is a stereotype? What is stereotyping? Because there are times when we look at a certain tribe and we say they behave like this, that's how they are. Is that true for everyone? Why don't we give everyone a chance? Why don't we give each other a chance and show each other love? Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 20, He says to the Jews he became a Jew, and to the Gentiles he became a Gentile, so that he could win them to Christ. Your aim is to win everybody to Christ. How about making different friends? Go on and try a different language. Befriend somebody from another country. Befriend somebody from a different culture. Maybe you want to try the Indian culture? Do you have any Indian friends? Why don't you embrace them? Understand how they live, what they eat, how they dress, and why they dress that way. I'd really love for you to send me your friends and the words that you have learned that are of a different language. Why don't we go ahead and give it a try? Then, in the next segment, we are going to look at health and fitness. Maybe you can try and get your friends to bring their healthy food from their cultures and you share with them. Mungu akubariki.